Did you know that the valve is one of the most important equipments in the industries? They are used to control the flow of liquids or gas and play an important role in ensuring the safety and efficiency of industrial systems. In this video, we will learn with you about all the steps in the production of these giant valves. Don't miss this video if you want to know more about giant industrial valve manufacturing process. The most common method for manufacturing high-performance industrial valves is casting. Now I will guide you step by step to make industrial valves using this method. The first step is to create the mould. A pattern is formed in the desired shape, after which a special sand is poured on top of it. The sand hardens in about 10 minutes. Then the mechanic used his hands to make small holes in the sand to let the air out and pour the molten metal. The mould is then moved out and tilted to create a groove for molten steel. Paint is sprayed into the mould to protect the sand and also have a fire generating effect. The heat from the fire causes the sand to dry and harden. Paint is sprayed into the mould to protect the sand and also have a fire generating effect. The heat from the fire causes the sand to dry and harden. The next step is to create the core of the product. A steel bar is inserted into the mould to create a void inside. The core is then removed from the mould and covered with a protective coating. It is then also burned to harden. The core is placed in the shell. The worker covers with a layer of glue to prevent the molten metal from leaking. The remaining mould parts are then assembled and the next step is ready to begin. Steel is put into the furnace to be burned. Once melted, they are poured into the waiting moulds. Meanwhile, the craftsman will light a fire to ignite from below the mould. This flame will help the steel inside to flow evenly and make the mould harder. When the fire is off, wait for it to cool and then remove the mould. This stage is not that complicated, but requires the operator to be very careful and experienced so as not to get burned. A skilled worker will know when to stop pouring steel into the mould. They will estimate the amount of steel just enough to produce a product. Turning is done at this stage. Excess parts will be removed. It involves attaching the preformed body to a support and to the lathe. This machine rotates at high speed. While it rotates, a single point cutter cuts the body into the specific and desired shape. In addition, turning can also create grooves and holes. The next step is to polish the body. The technicians then create threads that allow certain valve components to be attached to other components or pipelines. The valve needs a hole, so hole creation also happens afterwards. Please note that each valve has a different hole size, depending on the requirements. This is where regulations and standards come into play. The technicians then paint the valve with Teflon or other elastomers. Once the valve body has been shaped, the next important step is the assembly process. This stage involves assembling the different parts carefully to create a fully functional ball valve. The main parts include valve body, ball, base, sealing ring and valve body. Skilled technicians assemble these parts meticulously, ensuring proper alignment, secure connections and smooth operation. The assembly process may also involve the integration of additional features such as handles, actuators and fittings, depending on the specific requirements of the ball valve and its intended application. This step requires precision and attention to detail to ensure that all parts work together harmoniously. Quality control is an important part of the manufacturing process at industrial valves. Every valve that rolls off the assembly line goes through a rigorous series of tests to ensure it meets high standards. First, we check each valve for leaks. We use a variety of methods, including visual inspection, pressure testing, and ultrasonic testing. Second, we test the pressure resistance of each valve. We subject the valves to different pressures, both static and dynamic, to ensure they can operate safely under a variety of conditions. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that you have found the information useful. If you liked this video, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos. We would also be delighted if you have any questions or comments about this video, so leave some comments below to let us know.